Hello students, how are you all? Okay, I hope everyone is fine and doing well. Again, myself Shwetamal from Green Valley English School is here to teach you class 7th biology. In our last class, we started the chapter ecosystem and we studied about biotic components. Today, we will go through abiotic components. What are abiotic components? As I told you that all the non-living components are called as abiotic components. The abiotic factors include the non-living factors of environment such as light, temperature, air, soil and water. Okay? Abiotic factors are also called physical factors. These abiotic components or factors are also called as physical factors. Okay? They influence the existence and survival of organisms. And as I told you that examples of abiotic components are light, temperature, water, soil and air. So let us start with light. As you know that intensity and duration of light play an important role in the life of an organism and in its activities. For example, photosynthesis, an important process of food preparation in plants, takes place only in the presence of light. Diurnal animals become active only during daytime, such as butterfly, birds and mammals. Some animals that called nocturnal animals become active only during the night time, such as bat, owl and cockroach. What I told you? I told you that the sun is the major source of light on earth and green plants need sunlight to manufacture their food by the process of photosynthesis, and all organisms depend directly or indirectly on plants for their food. So both plants and animals need sunlight for their growth and development. Okay, now let us come to the next topic, that is temperature. The temperature determines the best climate and place for the survival of a living organism. For example, some plants grow in cold climate and such as pine. Some in extremely dry climate such as cactus. Many flowering plants grow in moderate climate. Similarly, some animals live only in cold climate such as polar bear, walrus, etc. Some live in dry climate such as lizards, scorpions, etc. So the temperature at a place varies from day when it is hot to night when it is cold, and it also varies in different seasons. Most organisms live comfortably at a temperature of about 20 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade. Okay, now let us come to the topic water. Water, as you know that water, all living organisms need water to live. Without water, they cannot live. All plants need water for making their food. They also need water for the germination and seeds and transport of prepared food from the leaves to the all parts of the plant. Animals need water to carry out various activities in the body like digestion and excretion. So what I told you, that water is an important constituent of plant as well as animal body. It is required to carry out various life processes, and plant absorbs minerals from soil along with water, and water is an important raw material in photosynthesis. Okay, now let us come to the next topic, that is soil. Soil, plants stand firmly in the soil by their roots and absorb minerals and nutrients for their growth. Soil is home to many living organisms. Many animals live in caves and burrows such as earthworm, termites, bear, lion, rat and snakes. Plants cannot survive without soil. They get water and minerals from the soil that are needed for their growth. Soil also provides air, that is oxygen, to the roots of the plants, and soil gives shelter to animals like worms, insects, rodents and microorganisms. Now, air. So, as I told you that air is a mixture of many gases. These gases are important for the existence of life. All living organisms use oxygen present in the air for respiration. Green plants release oxygen as a product of photosynthesis. What I told you, air is a mixture of many gases. These gases are important for the existence of life, and all living organisms use oxygen that is present in the air for respiration, and green plants release oxygen as the product of photosynthesis. Nitrogen is converted into nitrates by the certain organisms in the soil. These nitrates are taken in by the plants. Wind helps in the dispersal of pollen grains. It also helps in the dispersal of seeds like madar and heptage. Air also helps in regulating the temperature of the earth. It also serves as a medium of life for birds and insects. This was about abiotic components. What I told you, all living or non-living organisms are called as abiotic components, and all living organisms are called as biotic components. So, all non-living components are called as abiotic components. Example is air, soil, water, temperature and light. Abiotic factors are also called as physical factors, and they influence the existence and survival of the organisms. In our next class, we will study about the interaction within biotic components of environment and energy flow. Thank you, students.